known and will always be known as the Grand Dame of Sherbrooke Street. Built in 1912 by the same New York architects as the Grand Central Station, the Ritz-Carlton Montreal is gearing up for the biggest party of the year, the Grand Prix F1 right here in the city. But here are some facts you may not know about the Ritz-Carlton Montreal. Hi, thank you. Many leading figures have visited the Ritz-Carlton Montreal, including Queen Elizabeth II, Richard Nixon, Winston Churchill, Pierre Elliott Trudeau, Brian Mulroney, Sophia Loren, Christopher Plummer, Oprah Winfrey, Celine Dion, the Rolling Stones, the list goes on and on. Hello.
Welcome to the Ritz-Carlton, Ms. Natasha.
Nice to see you again. I'm checking in.
Ah bon, nous avons plusieurs types de chambres disponibles. Nous avons une chambre simple à 3 $, une chambre à 2 lits doubles pour 7 $, la chambre junior qui est à 7 $, et sinon la suite exécutive pour 8 $.
Wow. Did you know that in 1912, the Ritz-Carlton's rooms started at $3 a night? Today, they're a little more expensive than that. I'll take the executive suite. Thank you, merci.
Merci, madame.
Caesar Ritz knew how important it was for families to stay connected while they traveled, which is why he installed a brass mailbox for his guests to use, and it still stands here today. Hey, Veronica.
Hey, Natasha.
You know a lot about bookings here at the Ritz-Carlton.
I do.
What's been the craziest booking?
Well, in 1972, the Rolling Stones stayed here and they rented the entire 6th floor.
Wow, hey, those are really nice chairs in back of you.
I know they are indeed. Did you know they're the actually original chairs from 1912 that were all reupholstered and redone when we renovated the hotel and reopened in 2012?
Cool. So who's been the longest person who stayed at the Ritz?
The longest. Well, although I can't reveal his name, I can say that he stayed here for 15 years.
Wow. Hey, billionaire Howard Hughes stayed here in 1957. I heard he needed 6 bodyguards.
3 private detectives, 2 secretaries, 8 financial advisors, 2 valets, 3 butlers, and a barber.
Oh my goodness. I also heard that rooms used to be $3 a night here in 1912. How can I get that rate?
Good one, Natasha.
We all know the story of Cinderella as she made a grand entrance with her ball gown walking down the staircase. Well, at the Ritz-Carlton, Caesar Ritz wanted everyone to feel like a princess with a mandatory Cinderella staircase. Chef Daniel Boulud's Maison Boulud at the Ritz-Carlton Montreal was his very first restaurant in Canada. Now, every afternoon after high tea, they would roll back the carpets and a dance floor would be right here to reveal the Ritz Cafe at nights. It was home to some of the world's biggest cabaret acts, and this was the place to be on the weekends. When Sophia Loren stayed at the Ritz-Carlton, she felt so at home here that she went and made herself her own plate of pasta in the kitchen. David has seen and served many celebrities who have walked through these doors. C'est quoi votre histoire préférée?
Mon histoire préférée, ça a été un lunch avec Bono de U2. Ce jour-là, il m'a demandé un chardonnay canadien biologique et mon premier choix a été de l'orienter sur la cuvée Felsec en chardonnay de la maison Eden Bench.
Quelle était sa réaction?
Il a adoré. Il a même dit que j'étais son sommelier préféré.
Wow, so Bono came in and David suggested this amazing Chardonnay wine for him, and in turn, Bono said that he was the best sommelier he's ever met. I agree.
Thank you.
The Ritz-Carlton Montreal is known for their haute cuisine and of course their world-class brunch. Oh, monsieur.
Oui, madame.
C'est combien votre brunch?
$1,50.
Vraiment?
En 1940.
Oh, oh. Merci. Of course. One more question.
Hi, Natasha.
Hi, is it true that these halls were designed to accommodate women's ball gowns?
Well, they certainly are wide enough for that, but the main reason why they were designed that large was back then people used to come from overseas and they came for a month, not a weekend like we travel now and travel light. So they came with these big trunks that were very wide. So that's why it was designed like that, and we decided to keep it because it was original.
High tea is one of the Ritz-Carlton's most legendary rendezvous, and in 1913, Caesar Ritz introduced the 5 o'clock tea hour, where scones started at 30 cents each. If anyone knows about the history at the Ritz-Carlton, it is Magda, who has been here for 41 years. Wow, do you have stories, I'm sure?
Tons of them.
Yes. And can you tell me a little bit about this one here? Elizabeth Taylor got married at the Ritz-Carlton.
1964, the 3rd of March.
2 hours before arriving, they just called saying we coming to get married at the hotel. Is the royal suite available? And we just see them arriving. Went to the royal suite with cases and cases of champagne.
Now, she asked 2 people from the Ritz-Carlton to be part of her wedding party. Who were those 2 people?
So it was 2 people actually from room service that were present, and they went in the and then actually everybody knew about it. So everybody was outside in the lobby and outside, and they went outside and said hello to everybody.
To celebrate the opening of the Ritz-Carlton in Montreal, they threw the most extraordinary party right here. What year was that again?
1912.
That's right, and she would know because this is Katia, and she plans one of the biggest parties of the year, the Grand Prix in Montreal.
But 110 years ago, the 1912 New Year's Eve inaugural gala of opening the Ritz-Carlton was in Maison Beaulieu. That was back then the ballroom. Now it's the Oval Room.
Can you take us there?
I think we can.
All right, let's go. So many Hollywood motion pictures have been filmed here, right?
Definitely Barney's version, and lastly, Long Shot. You were in it. You did a cameo.
Just a little one. But tell us about the big Grand Prix party.
This is the main room for the Grand Prix party. Basically, this year, it's an elegant nod to 1912. The whole hotel gets transformed. Having 2 years of pandemic, everyone is ready to celebrate. We have brought in the best of the best in sponsors, in offerings and entertainment, all under one roof. What starts off as you're working into the 1912 era is going to quickly become the party of the year.
Caesar Ritz would be so proud of you right now.
He'd be very proud of our whole team at the Ritz-Carlton. We're very resilient, and we cannot wait to see everybody here Grand Prix night, June 17.
Those are just some fun facts about the Ritz-Carlton, and if you want to be a part of their history, then we'll see you at the biggest party. It's the Grand Prix happening right here on June 17th.